Arrived at my hotel in St. John's, Newfoundland to teach the workshop this weekend. They treat me well, the nice hotel overlooking the water. Hi, this is the first firing that I've done glaze-wise since I got back from that workshop in Newfoundland. That was fun. That was really good. Thank you for all those people who attended that. And I've got some results here in this kiln of the samples that I made to go to that show in Newfoundland. And then the next firing we'll have some more of them as well. 2 kiln unloadings in this video. It's cone 6, just under. I do 22-22 with an 11-12 minute soak, and then basically a cool down to 1750, where I do a 45-minute soak at 1750 for developing crystals. So let's see what we've got in here. But the whole deal with the Newfoundland workshop is that they only had cone 6 clay, and I had to adapt what I was doing to that material. So before the workshop I went to Robin Hopper's book and I mixed up the slip, which I had in the video about a month ago, showing the actual slip recipes for my cone 4 and also cone 6. And I've done this before, but it's never been successful. This time it looks like it's got fairly good results, and I was, hoping that the slip, which I used for sgraffito as well as for slip trailing and all that, would work for everything. So I was applying it to soft clay and also sort of slightly dry clay to see whether it would work. And it looks like it's okay. The reason this would be an advantage is that I can then put my other cone 6 glazes on the same pieces. So I could do, like, for instance, a landscape piece where I was doing sgraffito around a jar, and then glaze with my greens to do like folding hillsides and such in the bottom of the piece, and then using my blues I could do a sky type thing behind it. So it's got lots of potential, and I think that I will experiment with it hopefully over the winter. I also was given some stilts, and if you're ever given stilts, some stilts don't go to cone 6, so I put these in here just like this to see whether they would melt at cone 6, and they didn't, so I'll use them now for my regular pieces. But beware of being given things that are not labeled. It sounds like a good deal, but if you use something that wasn't labeled properly or mislabeled, just basically the wrong label on something, you can actually mix a glaze up and it will be totally wrong. But just experiment before you use them. This is an order somebody wanted, a bunch of these balls, but smaller than my usual ones, so hopefully that's the right size. And there we go, this is the piece. And I put my blue stoneware glaze on the outside of this piece. I didn't glaze the bottom because I didn't want it to warp. I'm not sure, this clay doesn't warp very easily, but it can warp a little bit, so I just did that, and there it is. I should hold it a bit closer for you. So basically the slip's held, and the white sails I actually paint on the clay when it's almost dry, and that actually held. And that's not very transparent or translucent. Sometimes slips can actually fade and actually show the colors that are underneath, and the yellow is down there too for that kind of glow for the sun reflecting. I should have carved some yellow in that sun area. But you can see it worked. The blue that I did on the outside bled a little bit down into it there, but glazes do that, and I don't think that's a problem in this piece. There's another piece. This is the one I did in that video with that faux foot. It's like a fake foot, basically. You coil on the bottom. But there's another one. I feel like this has got so much potential. I've always wanted to do sort of combination pieces with my slips and also my glazes, and this now breaks open a whole new boundary, a whole new area to develop and experiment with. The only difference I noticed was that the red clay has a better glow to it. These are just all that same ball. Oh, that one's on tough. So Temnico gold, oatmeal, and variegated blue. So let's hope these are good for that person. And this is an order for somebody, and it's the Tenbaku Gold, Variegated Blue, and Oatmeal, and there you got that little drip there. And I'm going to do a video on grinding soon, so I'll save this for that video. There we go. There we go, and that's the little piece I made in that video, and you can see it stayed pretty flat. Somebody asked me, do they warp? And I think that gives you the answer there. There's a touch of a wobble to it though, but there you go. Stilt collapse. Can I get it off? I'll have to get my pliers, I think. There you go, it came off. Left a little bit of stilt there. This is an order for somebody too. Stilt collapses often, happens when the stilts are kind of old, but they turned out very nice. So, I always estimate you can use the stilt about 10 times maybe. And then they start to get a bit like they can collapse, but all these did good. That one's tight as well. That came off fine this time. I think this person wanted 6 of these. They like my noodle bowl, but they didn't want to have the little noodles and the chopstick holders. But these all turned out very nice. And then I have a bunch more of these. This is that order, somebody wanted one of these. So if you see, oh look, no runs on the handles. I wonder why the other one did then. These are perfect. It's all about how deep you go down the glaze. Look, this one's run almost a lot down, but almost went over the bottom. But look, the stripes are that much longer, so you just got to make sure you don't glaze very far down. There we go. And this level is more of those balls, because I do remember she wanted 6. But I tried a different color on the bottom. That's a nice combination when you do that. This one ran quite a bit too. So there's some choices of underneath colors on the balls. They still make a nice set. But I wanted to make a few of them with this green, because I actually like the way that looks. The apple green would probably be really nice. But this ran quite a bit down there, and I have chattering all the way around there, so that's a shame, because I was hoping that chattering would show it more. I'll show you the chattering. See the nice texture on the outside of that. And then more of these. So I have a whole bunch of these if anybody needs a quick Christmas present. And that one had a bit of a run on it, so I'll need to grind that. That'll be for that video. But I know that person wanted only one of these, but these are great. These, look at the yellow on that one. That's Tenbaku Gold, Variegated Blue, and Oatmeal. And there's a little run on that one too, but that will be no deal basically to get that off. Okay, here's the other pieces from the workshop. Okay, so what did I do the outside? I used my regular stoneware glazes. That's chun green and bright blue. And then on the inside, these are the slip colors that I have in that video. I did a green, a blue, a yellow, a black, a white, and I think there was another one. I can't remember then which one it was. Now, I feel like the colors are subdued, mostly because the black is subdued. And this glaze is the one out of Mastering Cone 6 glazes. And I think it could be done fired a little hotter. And I'm firing 12 degrees, 15 degrees below cone 6 Fahrenheit. So it's possible that glaze needs to be a little hotter, but it's fine. I mean, it's the colors are all there and everything. I glazed the rim with the bright blue, so it went down a little bit on the inside. I don't think I would have done that if I do it again. It's okay, but. And then here's the seascape one, where I did, and that one turned out better. But once again, it's the black that's actually subdued. The glaze is transparent. It's a liner glaze from that book, and it's transparent. But I think that it actually could be, is it very thick? Yeah, it might be applied, well, I can still feel the edges of the stencils, but I think it's applied possibly a little thick. If I thinned it down, it might be better. But I think that's a nice covering. But actually, the slips are fine. The slips worked out really good. And this was just doing white and blue, whereas in the other temperature, other method I do with these, I actually use 4 different blues with a sort of turquoisey green, and then I use my white. So basically, this one was quicker to make, and it looks pretty good. I have a feeling that will sell really nice. And there's the chun green, so I can combine the regular stone 6 glazes with the actual slips. It worked. Now, it didn't work as well on this one, because this is just black and white, and the black is subdued. So that means this glaze, this clear glaze, the slips are fine, it worked fine, but the glaze is actually, it's got a little bit of bubbling in it, so I don't think the glaze got hot enough to let the bubbles out, so I will probably refire this one. But I think that the glaze needs to be applied thinner and fired up to 2232 for sure, so I'll try that. Trouble is with 2232 is the glazes I put on the outside, the 10 liquid gold variegated blue and oatmeal would run like crazy, so there are certain colors that I can't actually do. But there's the 10 liquid gold, the bright blue, all fired with slip. Just a little sad that the black isn't doing as well. And these were the other two. Get closer for these. These were the mugs I made. Remember I had a dotted one? There are the dots. So I think the dots could have been done. A different glaze would have shown this up much better. But you've got the dots. This one worked better. This is the one I did all the triangle carving on. So that one definitely worked better. So the slips are working great, and they work with other glazes now. Okay, this is kiln number 2, I guess. I haven't got my usual tripod, so it's going to be a little awkward doing this. I've been encouraging Jackie to do some videos and recording, and she's decided to do some, so she stole my tripod. You get what you asked for, I guess. So anyway, I have some nice pieces in here, and there's some from that workshop, that test pieces I was doing, so I'll just hold them up and then you can see what they are. But let me give you a quick look. This is the usual, you can get that down in there. This is a weird tripod. I bought it from Amazon. I didn't know what I was getting, because it works but not very well for what I'm doing here. There's one of the carved pieces, and then I got a bunch of Teaballs and a medium-sized bowl. So let me get them out and I can show you them closer up. I got this thing balancing on some kiln props. Okay, chun green. That looks yeah, it looks good, but I feel like it's touch under fired. But anyway, there's some chun green with oatmeal and apple green over it, with a little bit of slip trailing, using some cranberry glaze, and then you've got the texture from the chattering, and there's that foot tool that I showed in a previous video from Bill Wright, artisanpotterytools.com. Nice little bowl. Yeah, there's a little hint of blue. That's the matte turquoise over there, and it gives you a hint of blue. It's interesting, yeah. This was one of those plates I did. Did it stay flat? Well, no, it sank a little bit. See those feet? It actually sank down, so the feet was not a good idea. Some of my workshop people made feet on their platters and they sank down as well. But it still works as a platter, and it's the carved sgraffito using the cone 6 slips, so it works. Cone 6 slips do work. I still like my cone 4 glaze better because it's a lot more transparent. Let me give you a close-up. It's pretty transparent. I could raise the temperature of this a little bit and I bet this glaze would go more transparent. It's still got some pretty good blacks in it, but I think it needs to get a true cone 6, and I'm firing about 13 degrees below cone 6 in Fahrenheit. Oh, we got some nice Teaball, so I will show you these close up. Really nice Tenmoku gold, bright blue, variegated blue and oatmeal. And yeah, it's my, can you see these? Yeah, just a little bit. It's actually blue, green, copper red in the center, the turquoise glaze. There is a Tenmoku gold, chun green on the bottom, blue, green, copper red on the inside. Okay, I'm changing my angle a little easier to hold them up. This is one of the Tenmoku gold with bright blue, variegated blue and oatmeal, turquoise on the inside. It's a really sweet little Teaball there. Another bright blue with Tenmoku gold. And there's a lot of chattering, if we can catch it in the light here, on the underside of those, which shows up quite nicely there. Perfect runs here. Let's hope the Tenmoku gold ones will be. They ran down a lot further. Here you go. That's the same thing. Tenmoku gold likes to run. There you go. Have to enter it for the Olympics. And chun green with the oatmeal. Very, very nice. And Tenmoku gold not running when you don't have the blue green, the oatmeal and the variegated blue over it. It's just nice. That's just pure Tenmoku gold, so we know it's the variegated blue and oatmeal over the top that makes it run more. And when you get 3 glazes on top of each other, what do you expect? There you go. Tenmoku gold is beautiful on its own. Big bowl. Chattering on the outside. That cuneiform look again. I love those tools. And there's the Tenmoku gold running a little bit because I do have variegated blue and oatmeal on the inside, and it gets splashed over the outside a little bit when you're actually glazing, which is what I like because it does such a nice effect. And the runs kind of give it a real fluid look, but nice big bowl. I got lots more Teaballs. Some I stilt fired. I didn't do the top ones like that, but we just had one of those out already. So that's bright blue, variegated blue oatmeal, Tenmoku gold, and then blue, green, copper red on the inside. Same again. Another one. The fluting really makes these glazes. Oh, this is a little different. If I can get the proper. It did that greeny color, turquoisey greeny color, where the blue oatmeal, variegated blue and oatmeal overlap the bright blue is like this, and then where it's pure it just gives that color, kind of a greenish. Not expected, and there's the turquoise on the inside. Another one, there's the stilt popping off. A little run there. I might have to grind that one a little bit. I'm going to do a video on grinding soon, but a lot of people ask about that. Also about my signature, which is just black underglaze. I worked the bottom of that one. Look how close it ran down. Not so much there, but it really ran down a lot. Lucky, but it's nice when you can get a nice glazed inside like that with a white foot. Very nice. Tenmoku gold on the bottom, chun green with oatmeal over the top. I think these are an order for somebody. So I probably have quite a few of them. There's another one here. The green didn't come out as dark this time as in a test piece I did earlier, but just really nice. Blue-green copper red with matte turquoise and oatmeal with Tenmoku gold on the bottom. And then apple green, I guess. No, what did I do on the inside? Chun green, I think. So maybe this is blue-green copper red with chun green over the top with a touch of oatmeal. Ooh, I like this one. Oh, look at that, nice. What did I do? I glazed Tenmoku gold on the inside, if you can catch that in the light. And then a chun green and the oatmeal, and I love it the way the Tenmoku gold bled over. And really great gold. I think because I refined my firing again, so it's taken up to 22, and then 12-minute soak, which is 13 degrees below peak cone 6, with a little long soak, so it takes it up a bit higher with the amount of heat applied. And I'm getting some nice crystals in the Tenmoku gold. Chun green again on the bottom. It's looking darker there. That's the foot tool again, giving that double ring. Those lines going around. And there's another one of those, chun green, oatmeal, Tenmoku gold, with the blue-green copper red on the inside. I haven't done Teaballs for a long time because I am loaded up with Teaballs. They sell, but not anything like a mug. Blue-green copper red again. Chun green and oatmeal on the outside of Tenmoku gold. Same again. These turned out really nice. Feels great in the hand. I drink out of a Teaball every morning with my coffee. Just like the way it feels in the hand. And that's got chun green on the inside, overlapping blue-green copper red. Same again, blue-green copper red with chun green over the top, chun green on the inside, Tenmoku gold. What a nice Tenmoku gold firing. Another Tenmoku gold. Chun green on the bottom, Tenmoku gold up above with oatmeal, and a lot of chattering. Boy, did that make a difference in my work. Got some nice runs. Maybe we should do a video on runs. Let's try and control runs. That should be going on with the grinding video. And now a bunch more Teaballs. Looks like I was playing with some colors. Purple, variegated blue and oatmeal, with matte turquoise on the bottom. That's some nice looking to that one. Chattering again. I just initialed these because they're so small. And there's chun green on the inside, I think. Ooh, I always forget about this glaze combo. This is oatmeal over licorice. Really nice. And apple green on the inside. Complementary colors on the inside, but the, I call it lizard scales. It's got some nice colors in that one too. These are great juice glasses or drinking wine. This is a good level. Very sweet. The foot tool is on all of these. And I love the matte down there. It went matte there with that shiny above it. That's the matte turquoise touching the folk art white. Matte turquoise on the bottom again. Purple, variegated blue and oatmeal. Blue-green copper red. Oh no, it's chun green on the inside. I love that one. I keep looking at that. That's really nice. Too close maybe. There you go. More lizard scales. The Christmas rush has definitely been on, but it's eased up now considerably. That is interesting. It's the matte turquoise with the folk art white, and where they meet it goes matte green. See matte green, blue green copper, matte turquoise, folk art white, and where they overlap you get a matte green. I'm going to try that one. Some nice fluting carving there as well. Lizard scales. Oh, really nice lizard scales. It's basically licorice from Mastering Cone 6 glazes with oatmeal over the top. Any white glaze with tin in it will do that. Of course, tin is so expensive now. I mentioned that in a previous video. Shop around for tin. Look at the foot. Beautiful foot. Those tools are great. Nice sweet little glass. Folk art white again. Variegated blue and oatmeal over the top of that, but on the bottom it's matte turquoise and folk art white meeting to give you matte green again. Dark blue. My dark blue is looking better. I changed it a little bit by mixing some of one of my slop glazes, which was a matte speckled blue, into my dark blue, and it's really coming out nice now. It's a good thing to try. Funny, we've got all these glaze combos in our studios, and if you got 3 glazes, of course you got what, 3, 6, 9 different combinations that you could have. And I've got 25 glazes, so there's lots of combinations I've never even made. That's got fluting. Can I get you to see this? Look at those little hard edge fluted areas there that are in the glaze. Subtle. Oh, really, really nice. There's some beautiful little Teaballs here. Are they chawans or are they... I always forget the name of the other one. There's a certain size a chawan has to be. So these are the more common everyday drinking glasses. And there's those fluted lines in there, if you can just catch them. There you go. Great, I like that one too. I love making these, but I can't sell them fast enough. Everybody wants coffee mugs, and I love making Teaballs. Or drinking glasses, or whatever you want to call them. I underpriced these huge too. These sell from anything like 24 up to about 30 for my Teaballs. I make them so fast, but and then I'm doing all this chattering now. I did extra elements to them, fluting down the sides as well. So there's quite a bit of work in one of these, but I just like making them. I like this better than a coffee mug to drink out of. So. Let me just turn my kiln on so we can hear it clicking now. Look at that. Whoa. Wow. I don't usually do dark blue to light blue, but I did on this one. That's interesting. Oh, I know what it is. Chun green overlaps bright blue, gives you dark blue. Why wouldn't I have thought of that? Chattering on there. A little less prominent. I tried an angled chattering tool by the look of it, but a lovely foot. But the inside is absolutely beautiful. Oh, we got some pieces from my samples from the workshop. This is once again experimenting with putting stoneware glazes on the same piece as slips. And this is, oops, there you can see it. This was a sample piece that I was showing in that workshop using cone 6 slips, which are working great. And this clear glaze this time looks a little better. So it's only when it's over the black, I think it shows up some of the sort of cloudiness a little bit. But here's what I'm worried about with slips. When you put slip over the top of a piece, you often get shivering at your handle edges, on your rims, or any tight edge. So handle edges, rims, or any tight edge, you will get shivering if there is not a good body fit, or if you applied the slip when the piece is too dry. And this is perfect. This worked good. And then of course now I can put my regular stoneware glazes on the bottom of pieces, which makes me very happy. So I've got some deciding to do. Okay, here is the abstract vase from that video. Just using paper stencils and foam stamps to give a textural pattern. Oh, this one, the black is, it's there, but it's not as intense as I would like. I think this clear has to be fired a bit higher. We have to experiment with my test kiln. Here is the slip again. Cone 6. Matte turquoise on the bottom. The bright blue. Absolutely no shivering from the slips. I can still see a little detail. I painted some windows in to see whether that faded out, but it didn't. So this actually works. I've done cone 4 for my clear glaze for 40 years. So I always have to fire it in a separate fit kiln firing, which I've adapted to, and I can do that. Oh, what's that, a bubble? Well, not just a bubble, but it's not bursting out. I have a bubble. And of course with the white clay I got a nice white inside with a clear glaze. Here's another one. And this one, I think I did a blue on the inside. So my only thing about it is, once again, it's, I think where the blacks are, the clear glaze that I'm using at the moment isn't not quite as clear as I would like it to be. And okay, now we're back down to some regular mugs. Here's my standard, the blue, bright blue, variegated blue and oatmeal. And actually they're all the same, all the ones in here. Oh, is that a dark blue one? Nope, it's the same. The rest of these mugs in here are all the same. So I won't inflict this upon you even longer. But so, all right, so so thanks. That was kind of awkward without my regular tripod, but the slip video that I did, there were 2 of them actually, but all of those pieces worked fine. The only thing I would say is don't put feet on your stoneware trays, because the stoneware clay just warps out a little bit. So what I do with the earthenware when I do those black and white carved pieces is I bisque fire to 01, and then I glaze to 04. And so the clay doesn't warp at 04, so I can put stilts under them and everything and glaze the entire piece. But at this temperature, cone 6 for these slip pieces, I wouldn't be able to do that kind of stuff with them. So there's still some issues I have to decide in my mind before I proceed and decide whether to do it even more. Alright, thanks for joining me. Sorry it's been a lot of kiln unloadings, but it's been really busy at Christmas. Alright, thanks. And now for some pics from my trip to Newfoundland with the workshop people and some of the work that they did. And once again, I had a great time. It was really nice. You guys are just so friendly. Alright, thanks very much for having me.
And my cat was really happy when I got home.